Folktale from Bihar. The Soldiers of the Court. Sitaram was the son of Piyaram Achari, a skilled carpenter. He was very intelligent even when he was a boy. He would watch his father at work for hours together with great interest. Piyaram wanted his son to attend school and become a scholar, but the boy did not wish to leave the house for any reason and preferred to remain at home looking at the beautiful things that his father made: chairs and cots, doors and windows. He never saw his father go out to sell them, but people often came to his house to pick up an item, pay for it, and go away. The price the people paid was enough for the three-member family to pull on. So, the doting father and mother did not bother much about the boy, who was now fast growing up as a young man. Whenever Piyaram was away, even for a short while, Sitaram would pick up the implements and try his hand at chiseling and polishing waste wood pieces lying around. His father was not aware that his son was slowly becoming a talented carpenter himself. The small family was struck by tragedy when Piyaram suddenly passed away. For a couple of days, no sound of the carpenter's implements was heard from the house. Mother and son practically went without food, except for whatever their neighbors shared with them. On the third day, Sitaram's mother woke him up and posed the question, "So, how are we going to make a living?" Sitaram sat up in his bed and said, "Mother, I shall become a carpenter like my father." His mother put up a brave smile. "But, son, you haven't learnt carpentry." Her son replied, "But mother, I had watched father make so many things, and I feel I can start by making a few things. Let me make a try." From that day, Sitaram's mother saw him busy making doors and windows and some odd things. The sound of the chisel and the hammer attracted the passerby, who now thought they could approach Sitaram for their requirements. They placed their orders and Sitaram made them to their satisfaction. Mother and son eked out a living without much difficulty. It was not as if Sitaram had work for the entire day. On some days, he found that he had spare time with no orders on hand. He then thought of making a cot. He had some wonderful ideas in mind. It was not any plain cot. What he had in mind was a four-poster, again not with any poles and rods to hang curtains. In the four corners, the cot would have figures looking like soldiers. So, the cot would be a good acquisition for someone like a king. He told his friends and acquaintances, "Lucky will be the man who sleeps on this." Word soon spread and it reached the ears of King Pareshnath. One of his courtiers told him, "Your Majesty, the court has 4 soldiers in 4 corners to take care of the one who sleeps on it. Now, Pareshnath was a king beset with worries. He once dreamt that a demon was out to kill him. Since then, he had not slept well. Another day, he heard from the royal astrologer that a hideous snake had taken residence in the palace. It might scare the king. His spies brought the news that the neighboring kingdom was planning an attack, and his bodyguards one night detected a gang of thieves loitering near the royal treasury. Naturally, the king had lost all his peace. He confided in his minister. Would the cart with the 4 wooden soldiers offer him some relief? He asked the minister to meet Sitaram secretly and find out the price. Sitaram was surprised when the minister called on him. He told the minister that he would not sell the cart to the king but make a gift of it. The king could reward him after using the cart. Of course, the minister did not disclose why the king was keen to possess the cart. The minister arranged for the cart to be taken to the palace that night. Pareshnath was mightily pleased when he set his eyes on the cart and saw the beautifully sculpted figures of the 4 soldiers. The minister remained in the king's bedchamber till he was properly tucked into his bed. The king was fast asleep in no time. One night, one of the soldiers came alive when he saw a demon creeping into the bedchamber. He had a drawn sword in his hand. The soldier caught hold of the demon, dragged him outside and killed him. After taking his place, he began narrating his adventure to the other soldiers. The king woke up, but feigned to be asleep so that he could listen to the conversation. When morning came, the king was told about the demon's body laying outside the palace gates. Nobody knew how, when, or who had killed the demon except the king himself. He sent for the minister and told him what happened the previous night. He gave him a bag of gold coins and asked him to give it to Sitaram. A few days later, the king was sound asleep. But one of the soldiers came alive and heard a hissing sound. He was horrified to see a hideous-looking serpent crawling towards the king's bed. The soldier caught it by its tail, came out of the bedchamber, took it beyond the palace gates and killed it. He was soon back in his position and began describing his valorous act to the other soldiers. The king woke up but pretended to be asleep and listened to the soldier's narration. When morning came, the minister sought an audience with the king and informed him what the gods had told him, that a dead snake had been found near the palace gates. Later that day, the royal astrologer was summoned. He made certain calculations and said the king need no longer be afraid of being killed by the snake. The snake, which was hiding in the palace, had left the precincts. Only then did the king tell him how the snake had been found near the palace gates dead. The king sent another bag of gold coins to Sitaram. Soon afterwards, a third soldier of the court came alive and left the royal chamber. He had heard strange noises coming from near the royal treasury. He rushed there only to find two thieves trying to break the locks of the treasury. The soldier managed to catch them and tie them with a strong rope. When he came back to the king's bedchamber, he told the other soldiers how he had prevented a robbery at the royal treasury. The king overheard the conversation among the soldiers. He went out, called his bodyguards, and asked them to go and check near the treasury. Soon they came back and told him of the two thieves lying bound with some tools. Luckily, the locks were intact. The king ordered the thieves to be imprisoned. When the minister met the king, he told him how the soldier of the court had prevented the treasury being looted. The king sent another bag of gold coins to Sitaram. The kingdom was rife with rumors that it would be attacked soon. King Pareshnath asked his courtiers to be alert and bring him news of soldiers of the neighboring kingdom intruding in disguise. Though the rumors were bothering the king, by now he had such faith in the soldiers of the court that he was sure they would come to the help of the kingdom. So he did not allow his sleep to be disturbed by apprehensions about the safety of the kingdom. He was unaware of what was happening one night. The fourth soldier came alive and proceeded to the apartments of the minister, where he found a man lurking into the courtyard in a suspicious manner. He was a spy from the neighboring kingdom who had been sent to kill the minister and create a turmoil which could then be taken advantage of for an attack. There was a scuffle between the soldier and the spy, which woke up the minister, who came out and called his own bodyguards. They came and separated the two. The minister was surprised to see the soldier, who was not one from the local army, but he looked like one of the soldiers guarding the cot on which the king slept. "You!" the minister exclaimed. "Yes, sir, I am one of the soldiers of the court. The person I caught is a spy. He might have killed you. Let me now go back to my place in the court. We are always at the service of the king." The soldier turned round and disappeared. The minister saw the intruder being taken away by the bodyguards and then rushed to meet the king. After he listened to the narration by the minister, the king said, "The soldiers of the court have saved my life and your life. They have protected the treasury and saved the kingdom from an imminent attack. If they help us, we can even go to war with our neighbors. But before that, I would like to meet the carpenter." The minister went and brought Sitaram. The king told his courtiers about the young carpenter and the cot he had made. "I make him our royal carpenter. Henceforth, he will be known as Piyaram Achari. Though a carpenter, he will also attend my court." The king's proclamation was greeted with cheers. When Sitaram went home escorted by bodyguards, his mother's joy knew no bounds. She teased him, "So, you are now an Achari?"
धन्यवाद. Thank you. If you like this video, do like, subscribe and share. See you in the next one. Bye bye.